there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 4 with the Giant Obliterator. I think this is too greedy to keep. We have the Overgrown Tomb. We'd have to draw into another land. I don't want to go down that route. Of course, this would be a really good hand if we would have had one more land. This is much better, though. We're living the dream again. So I do want the Kitchen Finks on top. It actually doesn't matter because we're just going to fetch it away. Or actually, we're not. I thought we were on the play. My bad. So let's see here. It's a blue. See if we're going against the Merfolk. But so I put the Kitchen Finks on the bottom. Actually, I do think the bottom is the right play. Or do we put it on top? I'm not even sure what Magic the Gathering does. We'll go ahead and Wooded Foothills here. And I will go get a Blood Crypt. Or excuse me, an Overgrown Tomb. That would have been disastrous. And go for the birds. So unless he's playing main board Tidebinder Mage, if this is Merfolk, not quite sure exactly what this is, we should be in great shape. Because the Tireless Tracker will come out next turn. Or possibly the Kitchen Finks. Yeah, this looks like it's Merfolk. So here you could go like Silvergill Adept is the only thing you could really cast. For the 2 mana with the Mutavault, and that's exactly what he casts. Domri is kind of awkward. Abrupt Decay is kind of awkward. I think it's just Kitchen Finks here. I hate to use this Wooded Foothills. But we get to grab... I still think it's going to be Overgrown Tomb. No, it's going to be Blood Crypt. And Kitchen Finks is better. You could make the argument for Domri and then plus it, and then he can only attack in, but he has a Mutavault and he could kill the Domri. Worst case scenario is a Spreading Seas. Tidebinder Mage can tap down the birds. I think that's it. Ooh, he's going to actually tap down the Kitchen Finks. I don't mind that at all. He just gets it for 2. I think my bird is a lot. Huh. So Domri, I can kill off the Tidebinder Mage with the Kitchen Finks and then untap it. I think that's the right play. So main-boarded Tidebinder Mage. So I don't think I want to use a Tireless Tracker. Plus, if the Kolaghan's Command is going to get a lot of value here. So there goes the Tidebinder Mage. Also gives us a nice little Kitchen Finks to block the Silvergill Adept. We have a great hand. Great hand. With the Kolaghan's Command to get back at Kitchen Finks. Unless he has another Tidebinder Mage. Mutavault will be a little bit of an issue too if he drops like a Lord and a... He'd need to drop a Lord and then activate the Mutavault. And that way he can kill my Domri, but then he loses his Silvergill Adept. And I'm okay with that trade. Because Domri did the job. It's going to absorb some damage. So yeah, that's exactly what ends up happening. But I could still kill the Silvergill. Yeah, he definitely should have gone the Mutavault. That's going to give me too much advantage. Elves is bad. Well, I can play the Elves because I can still keep up Abrupt Decay. Let's look first. And it's going to be an Overgrown or a Urborg, which is actually decent. I think we will just play the Elves. I could play the Tireless Tracker and then end up... I'd have to block with it, though, is the problem. I think what I want to do is just play this Elves. And that way we can Abrupt Decay his master. Glad I got this matchup back. Again, you didn't see the match that I played against. I think it was the same opponent. Just very, very unlucky with the Tidebinder Mages and the Spreading Seas. Mulligan both games and had Spreading Seas both games. It was so brutal. I guess that's what Merfolk is famous for. So he's gonna Mutavault. I can't do anything against a Mutavault. I think he really wants to kill my Domri here. It depends on how he attacks. I hope he's greedy and goes Mutavault at me, Master at Domri. I'll keep my guy alive though, right? He does have Vapor Snag. Both at Domri. So I could block the Mutavault and then kill the Master, and then we can... Yeah, that's better. Because now we have Urborg Tomb Yawgmoth that's going to fight his Master. Unless it's a Vapor Snag in his hand. But we know what we're drawing next turn, which is the Urborg Tomb Yawgmoth. So he has to have a Vapor Snag or Bust in hand. So we're just going to snap this guy out. And if he doesn't have a Vapor Snag, that's a lot of main board. All right, perfect. So he has to sack two permanents. He'll just sack. That's actually kind of awkward here what he sacks because it'll take away his blue sources. I think he takes a cavern. Why a cavern? I don't know if I like the cavern. Well, yeah, caverns is fine. It's got to be a caverns and a Mutavault. Yep, I agree with that play. And then that was huge though. As this is going to be very difficult to deal with the Phyrexian Obliterator. I don't think I'll ever be attacking in with the Phyrexian Obliterator because of how the Harbinger of Tides works. We just need to hold it back. We've killed 2 Lords. And a Mutavault. Mutavaults are annoying. We have a Kolaghan's Command to get back a Kitchen Finks. A Vial. We can actually kill the Vial if we care. If he taps out, though, we will definitely attack in. No, I think it's actually kill the Master and make him discard a card. I think that's the right play. And we also get to extend our board a little bit with this Elves. So let's see. 2 damage to target creature player, and target player discards a card. So discard, kill. There's triple Masters we've dealt with. And a Dispel goes to the bin. We'll get in there for 5. Now lands aren't terrible to draw into. He has 2 cards in hand, a pesky Mutavault. Okay, 1 card in hand if he plays the island. Harbinger of Tides, of course, would still be the worst card for us to deal with. And he does have it, but he just casts it right now, so that's fine. So we can just recast the Phyrexian Obliterator. He probably will get in with a Mutavault. And we're down to a 14. So land wouldn't even be bad. Nope, I'm fine. We'll cast the Tireless Tracker here. As this gives us a draw off the Hissing Quagmire. No point to using it right now. Then we'll go ahead and pass the turn. I think what the opponent needs to do to draw out of this is as many Silver Gills as possible. Because he needs to establish as much aggression as he can. Spreading Seas, of course, won't be. He's going to Vapor Snag the Tireless Tracker. Now that's his draw. And attacking for 4. Which I think we accept. Just go down to a 9. So he is running Vapor Snags as well. Lots of non-Merfolk. Surprised that he found room for the Tidebinder with Vapor Snags, Dispels in here as well. Yeah, I still think that drawing a card here is the right play and not losing a card. Close. We can almost cast both. I think that we run out Phyrexian Obliterator and just hope he doesn't draw into another Vapor Snag. And might as well throw out an elf. Worst case scenario would be Spreading Seas into a Lord. He can't do... Yes, he can. And then attacking for 3. So I think the right play is just... Again, just hope he doesn't have another Vapor Snag in his hand. And he doesn't. Whew. And then we'll go to the sideboard here. I think Huntmaster's great, and the Grim Lavamancer is really good here. I actually do like the tracker in this matchup. Spellsky, I probably don't need to bring in. Reclamation Sage, absolutely. Pulse is kind of awkward. Slaughter Games, I don't need. Kolgan's commands are beautiful. So we just have to go over to traditional control route. We don't need the Scavenging Ooze, I don't think. He doesn't have any way to really deal with his graveyard. And even though life does concern me, I don't think that's the right line of play to go. So the Viscera Seer combo, I think, goes out. We'll keep in a few Kitchen Finks. I still do like the Murderous Redcaps. The Coursers just help us round out better, but like Melira, we don't need the Melira combo in this one. The Chord of Callings might just be too many at this point, because I'd like to... I think Kalitas... Kalitas is, again, I don't think is necessary in this match. I don't know if it does enough. It does clog the board up, but that's not how we're going to die is a Spreading Seas. And so, yeah, I definitely don't take out a Chord of Calling because it's a way I can get the Reclamation Sage. And Lavamancer, Tracker, Huntmaster, all the rest of these cards have a very, very pivotal purpose in here. It'd be like Tireless Tracker I'd need to take out for the Kalitas. I think that's fine though, because Kalitas does give me that life stabilization, but I think Kitchen Finks does a better job. So I'd rather just have a Kitchen Finks. Yeah, I'm gonna submit this. This unfortunately is gonna be shipped back. Our opponent does as well, and this is I think I keep, but I don't like this hand. We're definitely gonna put that on bottom. Need to hit a land drop. We do hit a birds. But this is where Tidebinder Mage is just so good. So I'm actually going to lead off with an elf. That way if he Tidebinder Mages it, he Tidebinder Mages the weaker one. Pulse is going to be extremely good. Spreading Seas. Uh-oh. Now that ends up being the wrong play. I need to draw into a land. Mountain. I can't do anything with a mountain. Mountain. A blue. Yeah, that's actually the worst land I could have drawn into. Urborg would not be horrible to draw into. A green source either wouldn't be bad because I can get Domri out. There's the Master. And we do hit the Bloodstain, so I'm going to go Overgrown Tomb here. And we do have to. And I think actually Domri is probably the stronger play. Than a Birds. Oops, I didn't need to tap that. That was a bad use of mana. And now, basically, all right, Kolaghan's Command's fine. That's the worst. Like, I'd rather have a land coming up, but I'm okay with Kolaghan's Command. He has to attack now into the Domri, which if he double Lords here, I'd love him to double Lord. He can absolutely double Lord if he wants to kill the Domri, especially if it's double Masters, because then I can just Maelstrom Pulse it. Tech Edge you can't use quite yet. He does find a Spreading Seas again. For the Overgrown Tomb. But I can cast the Kolaghan's Command. Which isn't horrible, and he should be attacking into Domri here. So I'm at least giving myself some padding with the Planeswalker. Keeping 2 up, there's plenty of cards he could have in his hand. At least it gets that out of the way. But unfortunately, we have no green. So that first turn else really ends up being the wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Play around Tidebinder, play around the Spreading Seas. I get it's 6s. He's gonna Master. So in response to the Master, I think we try to kill it unless he's got a Dispel. So he gets 1. I can't fight it because it has protection from red. Oh, he gets a ton here. So I need to draw a green source. And we do find the green source. That's awesome. Okay, so we can pulse it. And I think that's the right play. I don't think that we try anything else because I'm such at low life. He would have protected it. Yeah. So we'll look here. And we get another elf. So at least that's, again, out of the way. We're down to an 11. He can tech edge off of a non-basic if we get it. But at this point, I think I just tutor up basics. He's got to be out of Spreading Seas, right? Still can't quite put out a Kitchen Finks. Oh, jeez. All right, he's not out of Spreading Seas. Crazy. Trips on the Spreading Seas. Should have Maelstrom pulsed all the Spreading Seas. But I had to take care of that master. There's no way around that. And he's got the other master anyway. That is a ridiculous hand. Because it's just lethal here. I need a green source so I can play a Birds of Paradise. Or an Urborg Tomb Yawgmoth would be exceptional. If I could get an Urborg off the top. Blood Crypt. Blood Crypt doesn't do it. Because then I can't. Target creature you control fights another target creature. So I can't even make the trade. So I'm going to look. See what's coming up. We can put Huntmaster in the mix. But still can't cast anything. And he can tech edge off the Blood Crypt now. Which is, yep, that's what he's going to do. And he just passes completely. I don't know if that was a misplay there. Yeah, I don't understand that. He should attack me for sure. Another Birds of Paradise. Just completely locked out of mana sources. We'll leave back our guy. Unfortunately, we have to discard here. And an Elsa Deep Shadow is terrible, so we'll just get rid of it. I think our only saving grace is an Urborg. He did give us another turn for whatever reason, because we'd just be dead here now. I would have had to block an elemental. He's going to go everything at Domri, which, yeah, that probably is smart. Because it does kill off Yeah, no matter how I do it, it kills off Domri. So here I think I need to draw a source. Draw a green source, which isn't too many. That's not a lot of cards I can draw into. Or an Urborg Tomb Yawgmoth. So we have a couple outs. We haven't drawn a land in a while off the Domri. We have a full hand. And the Tech Edge is annoying again, because it can take care of the Urborg. And we don't hit it anyway, so I think that this is game now. I don't think that we can get back from this. The Spreading Seas shut us down. So, what do we need? What actually gives us the best chance? So I need this Pulse just to get more lands back? Over something like Kitchen Finks? I'm not even sure if that's the right play, but I've got to try something to keep me from getting locked out. Once again, we have to mulligan this, a one-lander. And we'll keep the... This is actually a decent hand. We accelerate, we have the Birds of Paradise. Our opponent also mulligans. I want to go first turn Vile. That would be the best for us because then we just Reclamation Sage it. I think that's fine to actually Reclamation Sage. I'm going to put the land on bottom. I don't want a land. Our opponent does mull to 5. So no Aether Vial. That would have been the ideal play. But there's a Chord, so it's just going to be Hissing Quagmire and a Birds of Paradise. And then pass. So the Spreading Seas should not lock us out now. Mutavault's annoying. Silvereal Adept would be annoying. I want to target for Reclamation Sage. Spellskite would be fine too if he has a Spellskite. So that does give me a target for the Reclamation Sage, which I'm okay with, because the more cards out, the merrier for this Chord of Calling. We can even go get the Tracker at this point, and then the Trackers can start gunning things down. So another Hissing Quagmire. It's a card. And I do believe we will Reclamation Sage on the Spreading Seas. He got advantage out of it, though. We are getting flooded, so I'm glad I got that land to the bottom. But that does give us a lot of wiggle room for the Lords now, because they're not unblockable. So you need to be smart with this Maelstrom Pulse. Most likely should Pulse that. If I draw a land, maybe let's go get Huntmaster, though. Lavamancer is beautiful. Yeah, I don't think I need... So we chord for 3. What can I chord for 3? Would just be a Kitchen Finks. I think I hold up chord. I don't think I Maelstrom Pulse here. That works out really well. So on the stack, we're in a Chord. Could have a Vapor Snag. But I'm pretty sure we get a track or an Ulvenwald Tracker here. Because now he needs to snag. Because we will absolutely fight off with the Reclamation Sage. The Master of Waves. Plus we have a Pulse still. It's really just a Vapor Snag we need to worry about. It's still a card for a card too. So we're taking 2. Murderous Redcap's fun. We'll fight first, though. So the Reclamation Sage is going to fight the Master. And now he needs to Vapor Snag his own Master. See, Vapor Snag is my Reclamation Sage. That's fine with me. Alright, so that dies. And I'm just going to do it right now. And yep, that's good. We've got that taken care of. Master. A Lord. Mutavault's good for another land. It does give him some aggression. There's another Lord, so he can just start pumping out the Mutavaults. We get a Murderous Redcap off the Lord of Atlantis, though, next turn. So I'm taking 3. I'm not taking 3 because he activated the wrong Mutavault. So I should have taken 3. Bloodstained. Which is a great card because actually that I can hold up a fight now. I think I'm just going to get a basic. That way he can't destroy it with a Tectonic. So we'll go Redcap. Kill another Lord. And pass the turn. We do have fight mana open. Opponent has really flooded out here. Harbinger actually cannot. And Master, we will fight here, though. So he'll get 1 token. He's out of cards. He does have some Mutavaults. I probably do need to Pulse the Master of Waves. Just because it's that card actually is kind of difficult for me to deal with. Domri I can actually fight. I'd rather just Pulse it, though. I can cast both. Or do I want to keep the... I think I... No, I'm fine here. I have plenty of blockers that can just... I have this Murderous Redcap that can block. And he's at top deck mode here. Stomping Ground is coming up here. We have... Yeah, if he activates the Murderous Redcap, I think or the Mutavault and double Mutavault, we just block with the Murderous Redcap. Possibly even the Tracker at this point just to kill one of them. Yeah, I really don't think I need the Tracker anymore. Nah, we'll keep Domri alive, but because now we can start activating the Quagmires. Tech Edge can take care of one Quagmire. But that actually gave me some more ammo for the Grim Lavamancer. We'll activate Domri. Hopefully find a Phyrexian Obliterator. Nope, it's just an Urborg. So we're actually not out of this. It definitely is top deck mode with... we have the board position, though. Maybe I should have waited to see. No, I don't have a Tyler's Tracker, though. So, Kolaghan's Command. All right, so we're missing with our... That's a great card, though. Still nothing by our opponent. Still can't hit a creature. We'll pass the turn. Opponent also has to be more clock management. We're running out of time here. Not going to use a Kolaghan's Command. There we go. There's the Obliterator. And we'll pass the turn. And that's a really good lock. I'm not attacking with anything. I don't think I ever will attack with the Phyrexian Obliterator. To run into an Harbinger of the Tides. I need to start attacking eventually, though. So I think he's got a Vapor Snag in hand. The thing is, I can do both. Yeah, I could fight it. I could fight the guy Anger of Lavamancer. He's locked out. So, hey, we won another match against Merfolk. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with a wrap-up video for this week's Rogues Alley. I think that the updated list worked a lot better than the previous one. I think we took out a lot of the cute cards and went with some more cards that I think progress our board and help us find our combo. So I do like that, even though we didn't get to see much of the Tyler Tracker or the Courser of Kruphix, I think in theory they're very reasonable cards. So at this point, I'm not sure. Kalitas I cut to the sideboard too. That was another card. I did end up cutting the Terminates all the way. That's another card that I cut. Just because Terminate was not really doing much of what I wanted a card to do. I had a lot of other ways to remove cards. Abrupt Decay and Maelstrom Pulse were more versatile, and Terminate could only kill creatures, which I don't think this deck cares too much about. So I think that going forward, Terminate is not something we'd want in the main board. Side, it's okay. I'm still open to the fact of going a different route. Maybe just even cutting most of all of the like Birds and Elves of Deep Shadows in place of cards like Thoughtseize. Now, it makes Domri's +1 a little bit worse when you add even more cards like Thoughtseize, but if you can take out removal spells or take out what your opponent's trying to do, I think Phyrexian Obliterator becomes a very strong card. And just imagine if Phyrexian Obliterator would have existed during the standard era of the mono black Devotion, how well that card would run. Speaking of which, you can actually run like a Grey Merchant list with Phyrexian Obliterator. You can go back in some Playing on a Budget episodes, and you can see that deck list where we played Phyrexian Obliterator with the Thoughtseize Inquisition type build with the Grey Merchant of Asphodel. And that's a very, very powerful strategy. I'm not quite sure I'd like it at the moment in Modern. Well, actually, it might actually do quite well in Modern. It seems to be a lot of Zoo, a lot of Scape Shift. A lot of Merfolk, actually. I've been running against Merfolk quite a bit, and Jund. And the Phyrexian Obliterator, like Inquisition, seems to be a very, very sweet. Let's just look at that. I'll pull that up real quick, see if I can find the old mono black Obliterator that I ran not too long ago. So here's the list. I think it needs some updating. I think that, yeah, a full pack of Inquisitions and Thoughtseize. I had Expedition Maps just get Arena with Phyrexian Obliterator as a way for Phyrexian Obliterator to fight. Not quite sure it's needed, and Vampire Nighthawk's been very terrible lately in a lot of the metagames. It just dies Abrupt Decay, Lightning Bolt. It's a very easy thing to path. Gatekeeper Malakir was also quite weak. I think just actually going more control in this deck is the way to go with Phyrexian Arenas. But, I mean, that's some food for thought. Here's the deck that I ran with the mono black Obliterator. So a mix of this deck and the Jund one might be okay. Liliana, of course, would probably be another card that would be extremely good in the Jund Obliterator deck, just because of how fast you can get it out with either the Elf or the Birds. On a turn 2, Liliana is incredibly powerful. After that adds some control, then you can start discarding cards and go from there. So these are just a few lists. I might try some Obliterators. If you have any suggestions of the Phyrexian Obliterator, I'm definitely open to some suggestions. I think actually going just a green-black deck might be a decent way, because we saw the creature, the tracker, is actually an effective way to make Phyrexian Obliterator fight. Plus, if you're into green, there are a lot of cards that fight. Prey Upon being a 1-mana spell that fights. There's Savage Punch. There's a ton of even instant speed cards. Citizen Tactics. If you go into even white, like into an Abzan list, you're going to Dramoka's Command, which is a powerful card with Phyrexian Obliterator. And I might actually want to try that list instead of the Domri. I mean, the Domri might just be kind of weak. And it's still the Elves package, the Elves of the Deep Woods, and also the Birds of Paradise, with the Phyrexian Obliterator and Ab's End Shell. You still have Kitchen Finks, which is fine. You still can Chord of Calling into a Phyrexian Obliterator. You probably don't need to go a full package of them. Possibly you could. It also gives access to a few other cards in the Ab's End Shell. Like even Siege Rhinos are pretty good stabilization cards, and can fight very well in that, and are nice cards to ramp into with Birds of Paradise. So I think that a Siege Rhino, Phyrexian Obliterator, Jamoka's Command list would be a fine list as well for the Obliterator. But it definitely has a lot of, I think that Modern still has a lot of room to grow, a lot of innovation. We've seen lately actually a lot of different decks. I really like that Sky Hussar deck. That was pretty sweet, which, innovation is still alive and well, which is what I do over at my channel, Rogue Deck Builder. And on my Twitch is this exactly how this deck was brewed, was just through a community. People wanted to see Obliterator, and we tried to make the best Obliterator deck possible. So interested in your suggestions in the comment section below. If you have an Obliterator list, feel free to link it. Anyway, this has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching.